Hey everybody, this is GDakka here with Don't Starve. I'm going to pick up where we left off here. I'm trying to find a safe place to build a camp so that I don't survive. Hopefully I'm going to make it to the soon coming summer where I'm banking on rabbits returning and going to see what I can get for a food harvest. I am a monster! Anyway, back to the game. And I may need to adjust my hotkeys, you rascal, you. If I'm not mistaken, near the end of the last video I was able to fend off some wolves, so I should have a little bit of a break before that threat looms back in on me. For the time being, it's just a matter of my dwindling sanity and making it somewhere reasonable to set up a new camp. I'm not abandoning my old camps, by the way. I just find that it's a good idea to have multiple camps spread out, especially where I'm not really sure about constant food sources with the new seasons, so... also in the winter, it is very, very, very helpful to have spread out camps with the fire pits already. But I'll deal with that when I come to it, assuming I make it that far. Alright, so... I'm going to probably try to set up somewhere near down here, because that's near where there was crazy amounts of rabbit holes. And yeah, let's see what we do. Now, up here doesn't seem bad either. Plus it gives me a little more leeway. Certain items like grass and twigs and stuff don't rot, so even if your bag's full, it doesn't hurt to do what I'm doing now, because assuming nothing, say, burns it down or anything like that, you can just come by and pick it up later, but this gets the node growing back. So theoretically I could come by later and get double harvest. But I also am seeing that I have ADD still, and I'm getting very easily distracted, so I'm going to continue on my way. And I also seem to have a massive deficiency in wood. So I'll get a little bit more of that as I go as well, too. Yeah, creepy music starting up again. That's always a good sign. Some moles sneaking around here. Probably eat them, but I'm not going to bother for now. Two, because I don't think starvation is terribly far around the corner at this point. Figure out why I'm seeing coast. Ah, I've come way too far to the left. I imagine these trees will be the exact same wood, but let's find out. That's right, their pine cones are a little bit different. But the wood is the same. Excuse me. I can do this with regular pine cones too. When you plant them, it causes saplings to grow, which will lead you to trees. And in the case of treants, which can come up too, it can calm them down to see you planting trees. Whereas chopping trees is usually what gets them in the first place. Sidetracked through a bunch of my daylight. As we're getting closer to summer, the days are getting longer, much like real life, thankfully. So, yeah. It's a good time of year. However, likewise, part of why winter is so crazy hard all the time is because it gets dark a lot earlier, too. So it goes both ways. Like a bisexual. Thunder yet again. Oh, you're still in heat. It's another reason this will be a good spot, though. I'll have lots of manure access. However, I'm going to build just a little bit off the grass, I think, which doesn't ultimately dictate where the beefalo will go, but it can act as sort of a guideline sometimes, when you're fortunate. So standing under trees does give you some protection from the wetness. Not as good as like an umbrella, but it's always better than nothing. Well, let's look at the map here, think about things. There's a cave entrance there. So I think right here at this crossroads may actually be the spot I'm going to pick. And if there are any sort of consequences for that, I'm sure I'll learn them soon enough. Whoops, derping a little bit. And here we go. Campsite. Drop that since I don't really have a use for it right now. And again, storage is a big issue in this game. So where you have lots of items that won't rot, it's not, for the most part, harm in dropping it on the ground. I think there are some situations. Again, if you can manage to summon a Krampus, he will try and steal your junk. But crazy again, so let's see if I can invent something to help steer my sanity back in the right direction. Razor, I do not want to use, but it's good to have. I will need that to shave my beard later. You know what, I will build a basic farm, because I want to have something growing now. Even if it's not my ideal better farms. Plus, at least now I have it researched, so I can build them somewhere else if need be. Oh shit. This is my light, and I'm not sharing it with you, demon. If you get brave and chase them into the darkness, they will depart for a time. That doesn't mean they won't be back. And they can sometimes appear in number as well. They're spooky things. Even knowing the gist of what can kill me, I'm still perpetually spooked out. Actually, I suppose because now I really don't know the gist of what can kill me anymore. That's a fun thought. I hear ya. Store some stuff in this chest so that my chester has more room himself. Could be wise. Lots of eyes in the darkness. That's always comforting. But we do what we can in these trying times. Alright. Speaking of, what else can we build here? Pitchfork. Pitchfork can be used to pick up pieces of ground. Again, something I don't need right now, but doesn't hurt me to have. Gosh, this is a spooky night. The rain makes it so much darker. Whew. Okay. Hay walls aren't probably going to have a whole lot of defensive value. I'll make one just so you can see what they look like. Oh, I guess it actually gives me confused. They're exactly, you know, they are walls. They will physically block things, so it's good in that regard. Hay walls don't exactly have a lot of defense, whereas you can make walls out of wood or stone as well. And you can also make the walls taller, too, if you like. But it's a wall. You can't pass through it, so, I mean, it's still good. And dealing with, like, wolves and other enemies, it can help with kiting and stuff like that. I will make stone walls once I have a little bit more finished base locations, but for the time being, I'm just sort of winging it. I'm not even sure if I can live yet. I do hope these rabbit holes are and that those beefalo go out of heat. Both of those things would be good omens at this point. Oh shit! No! Shh! Go away. They get awful moody. I still feel like there's something I'm missing. Like you can build an actual shelter or something. But I could be wrong. It seems kind of like you can't, especially where I saw you can build a lean-to for the summer. It seems stranger that I can't just build a rain shelter now to stand under. But again, maybe I can and I've just missed it, which would be a little embarrassing. But, well. Yeah, I'm going to go back to the fire. There's so much daylight, though. I really don't want to waste it. better to cook those carrots, but oh well. I think she was getting full now. Let's make a real umbrella soon too, I think. There's not enough flowers on the map yet to make parasols, and without webbing I won't be able to make a bug net to catch butterflies to replace the flowers, so I really want to lay off on them, especially where I'm relying on them for sanity right now. So, I mean, I am still liking this area, but I really hope that these rabbit traps open up. A lot of things riding on that. But we shall see. Okay. This rain's getting ridiculous, so I'm going to stand by the fire, what benefit that will have now. There's wet fuel on top. Nice, he's liking it, so that's a good sign. Oh, and dry. Okay, so it is helping. That's good. I was not sure. Fuck it. Just have another one lying around. Mostly I just did that to have it researched, so if somehow it should ever be needed in an emergency, I can make it. I'm also a little bit OCD with things. Brain coat, but that takes some hard to get ingredients. Rain. What? Huh. So you can catch the moles and use them to make a rain hat. That's interesting. But I may have to set out to do that, because that could be worthwhile. And the rain seems to have stopped for now, so I'll just see if I can't hasten my drying process a wee bit somehow. And then I can get on my way. All right. I do hope this spring ends soon. Of course it is. I just set out. So again, the crazy amounts of grass and sticks I'm harvesting will be used really, really quickly once I start making these traps, since there's so many rabbit holes. So it's good to get as much harvested as you can. Unless they've changed it, things like trees grow all year round, but things like grass and berries and stuff do not grow in the winter. So it's also good to get a lot of harvest through the year, where you will probably need some throughout the winter for this and that. Ah, I'm dry. For now. I have a large amount of this area yet to explore, so I think I'll set out to do that. Plus, because I don't yet know that this is a peninsula, there could be things on the other side yet. Maybe an aggro me or Chester. Sounded like there might be a bunch of spider nests down here or something. Something to that extent. We shall see. Come on, short summer night. Don't kill me now. Chessboard stuff. Okay, I already knew that was there. That's why you bring 2. Oh, this one's going to last the whole night, so I will have a spare. Spooky how quiet it is. Almost. Oh. You don't need to be thunderstorming again. Come on. Look how much awesome thunderstorming you did yesterday, man. Gosh, this Don't Starve Island's brutal. You get like Manitoba winters, and you get BC rain in the spring too. Oh yeah, next level beard. It has come to pass. So now that my beard has evolved to the next level, my power is truly unlocked. I can now fight with Dragon Ball Z level abilities, teleporting, incredible movement speed and strength. Unfortunately, I'm full of shit, but that would be fantastic if the length of your beard indicated your combat abilities. Stop it, Rain. We get it. You're there. Stop showing off now. Still fairly dry, but that won't last with this downpour. Oh. Hey. That could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse, I think. I'm not worried about the flowers way out here, to be perfectly honest. It is an enormous field down here, isn't it? Shit. Alright, so it looks like the field isn't too bad. Lots of spider nests. I'm assuming this hasn't changed in this DLC, but if they get big enough, they'll grow size to size. It seems like they're adding like scoops on if it was ice cream or something. But they will eventually get up and start walking around as spider queens, which are not only hostile and spawn spiders just like nests, yet walk around, but they can then set down and make new nests, which will begin the cycle. So if left unchecked late in the game, these spider nests will actually shit. These spider nests will actually spread into like clusters of spider nests and become very, very dangerous areas. So it's something to keep tabs on and try and keep in check if possible before it can get out of hand. Which before I start trying to have war with spiders, I want to get me some pigmen houses unlocked, or at least the location of a cluster of them that I can use regularly. Pigmen are your best bet if you're going to go to war with spiders in numbers. But you can always just trooper it out, take some armor and healing and provisions, but pigmen are a good method. As much as there's tons and tons of grass, it's awesome. I'm wondering if there's anything else down here at all. It's not looking like it. Stuff across the way, though. That was not expected. I really did think this was the tip of the map. Indeed. Indeed. This is new ground. Alright, well, I've come to the borders of a strange new kingdom, which is a perfect time to call this episode. I'll be back in a moment with the next episode of GDakka's Don't Starve. Thanks for joining me, and have a good night.